Ladies and gentlemen, many of you may know there's a diesel fuel shortage in America. This can literally bring America down in a huge way. Now, when we think about diesel fuel, we always think about trucks, and you should think like that because the whole trucking industry, this is what they depend on to transport all kinds of items from one coast to the next. But I want to just add something else. Now, I told y'all in my last job, I was a senior manager in an IT department. So I was in charge of a 24/7 group of people that worked for me. One part of my job I did discuss with you, and that was I was in charge of building security on top of what I did. And so key fobs, I would have to activate and deactivate, of course, when employees would leave or we had a visitor for one day, I would activate and deactivate. So another part of my job, I don't believe I ever told you, was I was in charge of the building generator. I had to make sure it was running and it was ready for any power outages. And that big giant generator, this thing was huge, required diesel fuel. Many of these really large skyscrapers and everything, those generators require diesel fuel. So during a power outage, and we had several of them where the generator would kick in and turn on, and that following day, when the power would come back on, or it would come back on that same day, I would have to go out and check the gauge and top it off to make sure we didn't go below a certain point. I never had any issues and I never messed up one beat when I was in charge of that generator. It always had plenty of fuel during the power outages that we had to endure. And I made sure I got that truck out to the location to fill up that generator each and every time it needed fuel. So, y'all don't know how deep this goes. Without diesel fuel, a lot of industries in America could potentially fall. Very easy. So let's talk about this. Diesel fuel is extremely important to the US economy. So most of the products that you see that transport things like trucks, trains, farming, where they use their tractors and everything, military vehicles, these have diesel engines. So trucking, yes, but man, it goes so beyond that. It really does. So diesel fuel also have a greater energy intensity. And you will find that even in your electric utility companies use diesel. Many of them heavily depend on diesel. So this industry is very essential. It is about a $44.61 billion, and it is used all over the place. So 77% of the US consumption of diesel fuel and 16% is US petroleum consumption. So it is huge. So diesel is used for many tasks. Diesel engines are in trucks, trains, boats, barges to help transport all products people consume. Diesel fuel is commonly used in public buses and school buses. Did y'all know that? Diesel fuel powers most of farm and construction equipment in the United States. So if you think this is just truckers, you haven't even scratched the surface. Diesel fuel is also used in diesel generators, and those generators will provide electricity during an outage. Many industry facilities, large buildings like the one I worked in, institutional facilities, hospitals, and electric utilities that have diesel generators for backup and emergency power supply. All of those things need diesel. All of them do. Most remote villages, like in Alaska, they use diesel fuel for electricity. So, with a diesel fuel shortage, they know what a huge, huge detriment this can have on the US economy. They know it does. And it's really worrisome. I'm really looking at a lot of the articles that are coming out on it. Oh no, they are scared on this one. They are. This is one shortage they did not want to see coming. I think they can handle some of the other shortages a lot better, but this one is going to go way beyond just a shortage if you don't have diesel fuel enough in America. I mean, you think you don't hardly see nothing in the stores now? If this thing gets any worse, there may be stores that won't even open their doors because they just simply won't have enough product to sell. There are companies, if they don't have the fuel for their generators, they're literally going to have to close their doors, especially if it is a power outage that will last for days or even weeks, like in a case of a hurricane. And see, y'all think about this. You got hurricane season coming and a diesel fuel shortage. I'm telling you, it is a bad combination. So, y'all, please tell me what you think about this story. This is going to be a huge thing if more fuel does not come in here very soon. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.